single thing I know about personal hygiene I've learned from 3 places: my mom, the internet, and trial and error. Let me tell you something. The trial and error bit, you don't want to go near it because it can literally scar you. Let's start with the hair. I don't know about you, but more than once and twice I've had somebody pass in front of me or like just use their hair and just like, you know, in front of my face, and immediately I feel nauseated. I'm sure you've experienced it if you've been out in public or you use some form of public transportation or anything of that sort. And we can both attest to the fact that it is so disgusting. It doesn't matter how nice or well dressed the person is, automatically they lose points. Yeah, that's why we're starting with the hair. As a woman, black, white, Hispanic, whatever race, color you are, I believe that you have to wash your hair. I understand that as black women we cannot always wash our hair like every single day, because I know that some race and color of women tend to shampoo or wash their hair every single day or multiple times in a week, which cannot always be the case for most black women. But we can't also use that as an excuse to not wash our hair, because if you don't wash your hair, the buildup, the bacteria, the sweat, all of that gives your hair or your scalp a very disgusting smell, and nobody wants your hair near their face or even around them. Make sure that if you can't wash your hair every single week, you're washing your hair at least twice a month. And it also interests you to know that a healthy scalp promotes hair growth, so you want to do that for yourself. If you have protective styles like what I currently have, don't let it last too long. For me, my protective styles will usually last maximum a month. There are times where I've been too busy or life has been lifing and it would last a little over a month. So if you have a protective style on and it's not allowing you to get to the base of your hair and wash your scalp, take it out in a month. To be honest, I know people who keep their protective styles for more than a month, 2-3 months, which I think is bizarre, but I can understand because in some countries getting your braids done is expensive, so they want to get their money's worth, which makes sense. But if you're going to be doing that, make sure that you're getting your hair cleaned, washed very often. But the fact that it is a protective style doesn't mean that you're supposed to get it and forget about it. No care whatsoever. So make sure you're washing your hair and cleaning your scalp to get rid of that nasty smell that will follow you literally everywhere if you don't. Then let's move on to your gorgeous face, shall we? Something that pretty much everybody that comes across you or you come across notices or looks at. As a woman, you want to make sure that put beauty aside for like a split second. You want to make sure that your face looks good. Did I just put beauty aside and say look good? The skin on your face looks good is what I'm trying to say. Take time out to care for your face. Make sure that you're washing your face, you're cleansing your face. For some reason, people say that the soaps and the cleansers you use for your body shouldn't be used on your face because the skin on your face is not the same. I still don't know the science behind it. I just make sure that I follow it. Maybe I should look into it, that would help. But make sure that you're cleansing your face. It is not a good look if you have like patches on your face. It just doesn't look like you're a clean person if the skin on your face doesn't entirely look like it's taken care of. Yes, I understand that some people have bizarre cases of acne and you've tried every single thing and it's still not working. I'll just encourage you to continue trying out things, see specialists. I personally haven't experienced this, so I'll not be the best person to give you a solution for that kind of situation. But if you don't have serious acne and you're just not taking time out to take care of yourself, then you're doing yourself. I know people who say that, oh, I don't do the most, I don't even use cream on my face, you know, I just wake up and I bath, you know, healthy skin is in the family. It's in the family, yes, nobody's arguing with you. You have a long line of really good skin. I'm happy for you, but if you don't take care of it, you're going to mess it up. So make sure you're taking care of yourself. Then oral health, your mouth. I don't want to say teeth because it's the whole package. You know, I've had situations where I've seen people brush their teeth like a minute ago, come back and talk to me, and there's still a nasty stench in their mouth. So it's not just the teeth, it's the entire mouth. For your mouth, you want to, of course, make sure that you're brushing your teeth regularly, hopefully twice a day. If you can't, I know that sometimes you get lazy, you lay in bed, get comfortable, and then remember that you haven't brushed your teeth and you're like, nah, there's nothing that's gonna make me get up and brush these teeth. I understand, I've been there. Then after brushing your teeth, clean your tongue. I find that most people that have bad odor, aside the stuff that may be lodged in their teeth, they don't clean their tongue. They don't take time out to clean or brush or scrape their tongue, and it carries so much. Everything that enters the mouth pretty much glides onto the tongue. Make sure that you're taking more than 5-10 seconds to go in there, clean, scrub, scrape. Make sure that it's all clean before you claim that you finished brushing. It also helps if you floss. So flossing will get rid of anything that may be lodged in your teeth, any of those things that your toothbrush can't get to. Why is this child always crying in my videos? Talking about odors, let's go lower, slightly lower on the body. Let's talk about the armpits or the pits. Your armpits is one place that can generate a nasty amount of smell. And some time ago, I learned that the reason we smell, or the reason we smell when we sweat, is not because of the sweat. Because according to what I read, the sweat is pretty much just excess water or wastewater coming out, right? The reason we smell when we sweat is because of the bacteria on our bodies, in our armpits, and in other areas. That's what I read. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments. I'm always open to learning from you as well. So when it comes to the armpit, I would usually say that you should shave your armpit. Shave it clean or wax it clean so that there is nothing to hold on to bacteria or sweat that will in turn cause you to smell. But I know that there's a whole movement where people or women don't want to shave because I don't know, and some men also don't shave, which I think is disgusting both ways, but that's just my opinion. So if you're not one of those people that like to shave, then you want to make sure that you're at least cleansing your body often, at least once a day. Twice a day is preferable. You're using deodorant, if you use deodorant, or you're using natural products that can get rid of the bacteria and the smell that your armpits have a likelihood of carrying. Now, if you're like me and you shave or you wax your armpits, let's talk about those who shave. Those who wax is pretty much taken care of. Usually when you wax, there are no bumps whatsoever, usually. But if you shave and you don't shave properly, we're just gonna act like that child is not crying in the back. Yeah, sorry. I've tried to stay here for like 5 minutes and the crying is still going on, so I don't know how long I have to wait for them to stop crying. Wow, this is not willing to stop crying. If you shave your armpit or down there and you experience any sort of bumps after shaving, then there's a high chance that you're shaving in the wrong direction. Let me explain. If you look at your armpit, hopefully you look at it very well before you shave, or every single time you shave. Let's say this is your armpit, right? And the hair grows in this direction. When you're shaving, don't shave in this direction because you're shaving against the grains, as it was called, how your hair grows, and that can bring a lot of roughness and bumps to whatever area you shave. So if your hair is going this way, when you decide to shave your armpits or whichever part of your body you want to shave, make sure that you're shaving in the same direction as the hair is growing. And I find that doing that prevents me from having bumps and cuts and unnecessary roughness that nobody needs or wants on any part of their body. Then if you're a black woman like myself and you don't like the look of dark armpits, I know some women don't mind because it is natural. We as black women experience some hyperpigmentation on various parts of our bodies, which is no fault of ours, to be fair. But if you don't like it and you want to do something about it, I saw this hack on TikTok months ago and I've been at it for some time and I can see the changes in my armpits. So like my armpits is no more as dark as it used to be, and the only thing I'm doing differently is using the thing I saw on TikTok. So yeah, it works. So if you also don't like the whole dark armpit thing, this is the ordinary glycolic acid. I've had it for some time. It is a toner, a toning solution, and I use that on my armpits every night, or at least on nights I remember to use it. I use it and I can see the change in the color of my armpit. Now let's go lower. Let's talk about your belly button. I know most people don't talk about it, but the last time, I shouldn't have seen this, but I did. I saw someone's belly button were out, crop top, poolside situation, and I saw someone's belly button and I was disgusted. I think people forget that your belly button is part of your body. So when you're bathing, and you're done, you forget to reach into your belly button and try to, clean it at least. So if you're one of those people, make sure you're cleaning your belly button. If you don't clean your belly button and you stick your finger in there and just like rub gently, I know it's sensitive, so don't go crazy, just a little, and sniff it. I don't have to say anything after that. It's not a scent that travels, but it's part of your body, and you don't want that scent to add to the scents or smells of your body, because it's not a nice pleasant smell. When it's extreme and we are outside and you wear crop tops, we can see the little dirt lodged in your belly button, and that's not good. It will make people question your hygiene, even question how often you bath, because how do you have things lodged in your belly button if you say you bath and you're a clean lady or gentleman? Yeah, I just sound like an auntie. Let's move on. Okay, now we are on the lower part of the body, your coochie, your vagina. I don't know why people have a problem with the word. It's a vagina. Women have vaginas. If it makes you uncomfortable, go somewhere else and I don't know. But yeah, let's talk about the vagina. First things first, the vagina has a smell. Your smell might be different from mine. Mine might be different from hers. The list goes on, but there is a smell, and it definitely doesn't smell like strawberries or fresh lemons. Let's get that established first of all. Now, when it comes to taking care of the vagina, there are multiple opinions out there, so I'm going to share mine with you and what works for me. So first things first, cotton panties. Cotton panties. I know I like a good lace panty. I like a good seamless panty, which is usually not made of cotton. I like a good silk panty, to be honest. Those are usually nicer than cotton panties. I don't know why they don't make cotton panties look really cute, but the thing is, the cotton panties are the ones that are healthy for your vagina. We're talking about vagina health at this point. The reason experts advise that we wear cotton panties is because the cotton fabric is breathable, so air can go in and out. There's nice circulation in your private area. But if you're wearing a panty that doesn't allow air to circulate, the heat is not good for your vagina. It can breed a lot of things, yeast, infections, heat, smells that you don't want. So make sure that that is not your situation. Then another thing I personally do is that I don't wear panties at night. Once in a while I will, but most nights I let the girl breathe. She's had a long day. It's been a lot of ups and downs, sweat, that. So at night, I let her breathe, get all the circulation and all of that stuff. And I find that it helps. You can try it out. If you don't live alone or you're not entirely sure of your safety, just make sure that you're sleeping in cotton panties as opposed to every other type of fabric kind of panty. Talking about panties, when you wash your panties, make sure that you're exposing them to some sunshine, because washing doesn't always take out the bacteria that you may carry in your panties. So sun dry your panties if you can. If you live in a climate where you don't experience a lot of sunshine, make sure that you're ironing your panties. You don't have to iron the entire thing, but the patch that touches the coochie, you want to make sure that you're applying heat and killing every Tom, Dick and Harry that may be hiding in there, and just kill it before you put it on. Then let's talk about cleaning the vagina. You want to wash your vagina more than once a day. The vagina cleans itself. We've heard that so many times. If you haven't heard that, you're hearing that for the first time. The vagina has a whole self-cleansing mechanism. But that is the vagina. You know that there's a whole vulva. So the vagina is the inside. Yeah. And then the outside, what we see is the vulva. So when the vagina does the cleaning, it would seep to the outside. So you want to make sure that you're cleaning the outside, the vulva, more than once a day, because if you don't, you're carrying, first of all, bacteria stuff, and then second of all, you're increasing the likelihood of having a worse smell than you should have. The vagina has a scent, but when the buildup becomes crazy, the smell gets worse. You don't want that. That's the smell that is nasty and bad. The natural smell is fine. 2-3 times a day, that is perfect in my opinion, so that you can get rid of everything that doesn't need to be there. Now let's talk about the cleaning process. So that's a whole debate about using feminine hygiene, what is it called, products, cleansers and all those things, or using just water. Here's what I think. I personally do not use any feminine hygiene washes whatsoever, especially the ones that are loaded with scents, all of that, because I don't necessarily care for my vagina to smell like strawberries. Like, what's the point? It doesn't smell like strawberries, so I don't care for that. But what I do is I use a mild soap, and when I say a mild soap in the tiniest of quantities, like I would usually just do this over the soap, and get like a whole lather on my hand. I don't do that because I believe that's excessive. So I just use a little amount of mild soap or mild wash on my hand, and then I do this That's very graphic. But yeah, we have to talk about these things. I don't know, most people didn't talk about this when we were growing up, and now you have to figure it out yourself. So if this will help one person, I'm going to do it. And then I do this. Never at any point do I let my finger get into my vagina. No, I don't let my finger get into my vagina, just on the vulva. I just like on the vulva so that it can get rid of the sweat, because you sweat, and yes, you can sweat around your vagina area as well. So I do this to get rid of the dirt, the bacteria, or the sweat that could be on my vulva. With the soap is like a teeny tiny. If this is soap, I use just a drop. That's all I use, and I just use that to wash the vulva and rinse it out with a lot of water, so that I don't have any bit of soap sipping into my vagina. Rinse with a lot of water, and then when I'm rinsing with water after the third rinse, then I can use my hand inside my vagina a little bit to just clean it and just like get rid of everything that may be caught up in there. So yeah, that's what I personally do. I am against washes and highly scented products going past your vulva into your vagina. I would never do that. But I also understand the argument that just water is not enough to clean the vulva. So yeah, sometimes I add a drop of soap, wash it, and then use a lot of water to flush it so that I don't have any chemicals going into my vagina. Of course, as you are cleaning your vagina, there's also the whole back going on. You don't want to have things lodged in your bum bum. So yes, make sure you're wiping well, and make sure that you're washing well as well. Then in the past, I also noticed that anytime I would have too much sweet, that was in the trial and error phase of my, so every time I would have too much sweet, I could sense the change of smell in my coochie fluid. So then I realized that too much sugar, too much starch was affecting my pH in the smell. Yeah, it's very true that what you put into your body affects several things in your body, and one of them is your vajayjay. So you want to make sure that if you care about the health of your vagina, you're not consuming too much sweet. It is not good for your health anyway, and it's also not good for your vagina as well. So you might as well just cut down on the sweet. Enjoy your sweet. I'm not against sweet. I love a good sweet and chocolate every now and then, but that is it, every now and then. Shouldn't be like an everyday, and shouldn't be in excess. Then let's talk about when the pH gets messed up, because we can try our best, we can do the very best clean wash, but some way somehow this thing is so sensitive. So sometimes things may not be well done there. So there are times where you have horrible itching sensations, you have some fluids that from where you came from, you know that this fluid, the texture, the color is not okay. There are times like that. So in times like that, I would advise you not to treat it yourself. People are used to, oh, it's an influx of bacteria, nothing an antibiotic cannot fix. Don't do that. And most especially, don't abuse antibiotics. Carry yourself to a hospital. Walk into a pharmacy, describe your symptoms to the pharmacist. If it's a male pharmacist you're not comfortable, find a pharmacist that has a female. Talk to her, tell her about whatever it is. If it's an itching sensation, if the discharge, whatever, tell them about it, and they would give you the right medication. Try your best not to self-medicate. It may solve the situation now, but you may end up damaging yourself or causing the bacteria in your vagina to build a resistance against antibiotics, so that in the future when you use antibiotics it will refuse to work, and you don't want that. Then let's talk about taking care of your vagina during your period. When it is that time of the month, make sure that you're washing your bed, even if you not bath twice, okay? Even if you're tired from work and you can't take a second shower in the night, make sure that you're at least washing your vagina twice, at least twice a day. Don't go an entire day switching pads, switching tampons, switching cups, and not washing your vagina twice at least. Please. This is like a plea. Your period, wash your vagina more than once, twice, preferably 3 times, perfecto, so that you can get rid of everything. Yes, the blood is not nasty, it's a part of us. I don't think it's nasty. Don't let anybody make you feel bad for that, but wash it off. Then switch. Now I'm talking very fast because it's about to rain, and when the rain starts, the noise would you can hear it in the video, so no. Still in line with menstruation or period blood, you want to make sure that you're switching out your pads more than twice a day. If you use pads, if you use tampons, please as well. You don't want to wear a pad from 6 a.m. when you leave the house and have that pad on until 6 p.m. when you come back home. From like 6 to like 11, switch it out. 11 to like 3-ish, 2, switch it out before I leave the office, and when I come home I'll take my bath, switch it out for the night. Keep switching it out. Don't wear the same pad. Oh, I know the economy is not entirely favorable to women because we have to buy pads, and the price of pads are spiking and we can't even control it. But that doesn't mean that you put your health at risk because you're trying to save money now, because you know what happens? Eventually you get an infection and then you have to pay more money to take care of the infection as opposed to just take care of it now. Check out this video right here where I talk about the comparison trap and how you can stop comparing yourself to others, or you can check out this video right here where I talk about how to overcome shyness as a young woman, build confidence, and become the best version of yourself. I'm in the video right here because it's about to rain. It has actually started raining.